Peace. This is Clasic. Um, I wanted to do a part two to the homosexuality and spirituality. If I missed any points in that one, I kind of just want to not reiterate, but go in a deeper scale about what I'm feeling and the situation at hand. So we have this complex world, right? Um, Not everybody believes in reincarnation. Not everybody believes in Christianity, Buddhism. The wide span of ideas and ideologies are so vast. It's almost like the universe in itself, just vast, open, expanded. And when things become confined, I feel like there's an issue. Like, yes, there are rules to this third dimension, of course, the seven universal laws, as above, so below. Um, the yin and yang, the polarity, um, the pendulum, the what else I can think of. The mind is all. Um, there's just certain things like what goes up comes down. You have gravity, but these are things that we assigned to this universe in order to. Some people call this Earth school, like a school for your soul. So, in that aspect, if we are considering that this world is a school, right? And we're here to learn and we're here to find ways to connect to each other and find ways to dive deeper into our own spirituality until we could, further go back up and connect. And it's just when you put that box, right? A smaller box, right? Because I feel like the seven universal laws are like, kind of like a general scheme. Even the Bible, I feel like with the Ten Commandments, it's kind of like a general, like, you shouldn't do this, or if you do this, this will happen. You know what I mean? Just kind of like a instruction manual, kind of, not giving you everything. You still have to learn things, but just giving you the basics, right? So the basics, the basics of the universe is one thing, right? But then when you start going into um, Christianity, Buddhism, the conscious community, Hotep niggas, and you just keep, Muslims and the 5%ers, and, you got all these broken down groups trying to pretty much get to the same place, right? Which is, a beautiful thing. It's an awesome thing. I don't knock anybody for going either way. You know what I mean? Um, I do believe there's pieces of truth in everything. So no matter what you choose, there's going to be some truth to that. So choose it. And you know what I mean? When I first went on my spiritual journey, my biggest thing was saying to myself that if I ever okay, so I grew up Christian, right? So once I started reading more and like diving deeper into the occult, which only means hidden information. Once I started diving more into that type of stuff and the metaphysics and like all the behind the scenes of Earth and, what I mean, the spiritual realm, then I started to see that I was just a small little fucking thing compared to the bigger scheme of things, you know? And the more I learned, the more I had to let go of other things. And I feel like in the conscious community, it looks like the more we are learning or the more they are learning, the less they're willing to let go of. You know what I mean? Like I feel like they're not letting go of this homosexuality. They believe that this is an agenda, which in some case it might be. You know what I mean? In the other video, I was saying like there are extremists in every group, every single group you could think about, there's an extremist. Okay, so I feel like even in this aspect, there probably is people out trying to, promote homosexuality for their own gain or own whatever the fuck it is. But there's majority of the people are not here to push our agenda or to push our sexuality on anyone else. I can give two fucks if you give a fuck about my fucking how I see fit to have sex with other people. You know what I mean? But there are, I guess, people out there having that kind of connotation where they want to push things that people are not, you know what I mean, ready for, or find taboo. So you had the whole interracial thing. You know what I mean? There was one time, listen, people, there was a time where not, I can even go back before that, where if you looked on TV, okay, you had I Love Lucy, Ricky Ricardo and Lucy were, they had two separate beds in their room, okay? That was a time in TV where they were not showing two people laying in bed together. Then there was a time when they started to show that, like they started slowly, showing people in bed together, waking up, and like comedies and sitcoms like that. The same thing with interracial relationships. You know what I mean? At one point, you were not seeing that at all. And then slowly but surely, they started, putting, a white person and a black person in a Campbell's soup commercial. And then next thing you know, they have mixed babies in a Pamper commercial. Like, everything before that was taboo or seen in a different light now is being, you know, transferred into to things more malleable, more easy to digest. Okay, so it's the same thing with homosexuality. I feel like it's just, another button for them to press, right? Or for anyone to press, because the universe has to grow. There's no such thing as it staying the same. The only thing that's constant is change. So I feel like the changes, they have to come by any means necessary. And right now, media is one way for that to be, for that part of our mind to be accessed, right? So we have people who are, so you have more shows that you see, like two men kissing, two men sleeping together, two women kissing, two women sleeping together, um, same sex couples having children, having VFR, or you know, um, whatever the case is, right? You start seeing that more often now because it needs to be, um, what's the word? You need to be okay. So like when you're playing video games, right? They want to disengage your mind from seeing death over and over, right? There's another word for it. It's just not coming to me, but I know you probably know what it is, right? But yeah, so they're trying to desensitize. I got it. They're trying to desensitize you to things that are different, right? So you may see it as an agenda to, you know, no more heterosexuals. Now heterosexuals need their own fucking like, bruh, for real, like it, what? I feel like, black couples, black on black love, that's like a normal thing. But then when you see a black man or a white woman together, you start questioning things. You may not want to, but you just can't help but look and be like, oh, does he have a big cocky? Or does she, you know, have money? Or, vice versa. Does he have money? Does she, whatever the case is, right? You look at these couples and you automatically think like there must be a bigger reason why they're together, right? Beyond the fact that they love each other or that they're compatible. It has to be something else, something other than that, right? So in order to desensitize people to, let's say, transgender, right? you know Even gay people are, or LGB people are not really, they don't really understand the trans life or the trans person's, ideologies, or the way they think or the way they feel. It's still hard for some queer people to look at trans people and understand where they're coming from, right? So it gets so funny. It's like we're in this vice, right? Where it's hard for our mind to break out, even if you're on a diet, right? Or in anything in life that you're trying to change your habits. There there is that ego that is it's holding you back, right? It's telling you that you don't have to do this today. You don't have to get up today. You don't have to go to the gym today, or you can eat that cookie or whatever the fuck it is. You know what I mean? There's this thing that's going on inside of everyone that is kind of running the show. You know what I mean? So if anything, we need to start looking in within and attacking that specific thing. So if people are looking outside of themselves in order to make change in the world, what you really need to do is look inside yourself, make change within yourself, and then everything outside of your world will also change. So if you find homosexuality something that is, unnatural, or not the way of the world, then that's okay for you to feel. Do what makes you feel right. But then to turn around and tell other people like, oh, what you're doing is wrong. You know what I mean? Even in the Bible is like, those without sin cast the first stone. And if the whole world just listened to that one antidote that Jesus Christ said, can you imagine? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have that song where it's like, drink water and mind my business. Like, if people just do that, very simple, very simple. Hydrate and stay out the fucking way. You know what I mean? Focus on your family, focus on your life, focus on what will help you grow and go to the next level, and not focus on what other people are doing sexually or where they're going in the bathroom. Like, to be honest, for me, all right, so I am a masculine presenting woman, right? I'm very in touch with both sides. Okay, I love my feminine side as well as I love my masculine side. But when it comes to outer appearance and dress, I dress more my masculine. But with that being said, when I go into the women's restroom, like, I love being a woman. I don't want to be anything else. But when I go into the women's restroom, I do feel uncomfortable because people are looking at me crazy. You know what I mean? And when I go in there, I'm kind of wishing that no one is there, so that I can, like, you know, not have any anxiety or just comfortably go to the bathroom. But now I have to, like, kind of just have it in my head where someone says anything or looks at me or whatever the case is, you know, not to think about it. But most people, when they go into the bathroom, they don't even think about this stuff, right? So that's what I'm saying. People in the queer community, on the rainbow spectrum, are having so many other crazy problems, that the fact that you think that we're trying to fucking you know what I mean, have this agenda to make you gay, right? Because we want you to be gay for what? Why? What are you bringing to the fucking, to this side that we fucking need you? Your looks, your money. There's plenty of good looking people, rich people on this side already, that are very happy with who they are. We don't need anyone else. We're not trying to fucking recruit the whole fucking world. There's no way. I know no one cares about that. No one cares, bro. The agenda that you're talking about, the homosexual agenda, is in your mind. It's in your mind. And isn't that a beautiful thing? That the things that may stop you or hurt you or make you feel crazy or give you anxiety is all in your mind, right? Because the first universal law is the mind is all. So let's go. That's what I'm trying to say. Go back into yourself. Go back into what creates you and what makes you the person you are, right? So like I said, I'm into metaphysics. I'm into occult. I like Billy Carson. He's fucking dope. You got 19 Keys coming up and running up, going crazy out here. Um, these are fucking people who are learning and teaching each other. You know what I mean? But they have their own ideology, right? So in my world, what I'm starting to learn is, don't look at anyone else's ideology. Or if you do look at it, my biggest thing is taking from everybody. Take a little piece of that, take a little piece of that, take a little piece of that, and come home and sit and think and contemplate on what you've heard and what you've learned and make it into your own. That's the way that we manifest things. That's the way that we manipulate this reality in order to move on to the next level, right? Because if you do believe in reincarnation, if you don't learn your lessons, you're gonna come back. Your soul needs more growth. It needs to keep going through these cycles until it gets it right. So the biggest thing is self love, self awareness, and to be honest, that self awareness is huge. Because I'm telling you, like within this year, I've become more self-aware that I've walked past something 50 times and never noticed that it was there until I became self-aware. And then I'm like, oh shit, where did that come from? Like that been there the whole time? I mean, it's fucking scary, but it's so necessary. Once you become self-aware, you're no longer looking at what everybody else is doing. You know what I mean? Now you're like focused on yourself and moving through that, right? But back to the occult stuff. Just shit, I don't even know. Do whatever makes you feel good. Like right now I got some tarot cards and I have another channel called the Hood Tarot. So go ahead over there and subscribe to this channel. You know what I mean? I definitely want to just keep having this dialogue. So yeah, my camera cut off, so I don't really remember where I was at, but it's all good. I think I was kind of like wrapping it up and saying I got another channel for tarot cards called the Hood Tarot. Um yeah, so like, subscribe, follow my channel. I'm trying to build trying to build more with my community, especially the conscious homos. Okay, that's kind of who I want um on this channel, or people who need to understand like the whole homosexuality and consciousness you can be homo and conscious at the same time. You can be conscious and homo at the same time, right? You can be a queer person and be a Christian, right? You can be a queer person, be, whatever. So especially in the conscious community, I would think that we should be safe here. But as I seen, I mean, we ain't that safe. We ain't that safe, bro. But fuck it. Hey, it's me, Classic. I go by Classic, and like, subscribe. I don't care if you share or not, but if you know some more conscious people, I'd love to hear what you have to say. I'm gonna just keep dropping these videos until my shit starts moving. So, alright, peace to the angels, peace to my spirit guides, peace to my ancestors, and peace to you. Alright.